Hey, deserved listeners, 90 Day Fiancé. Let's watch.
Hello.
All right, so it's normal if you believe it from Ben's perspective, although so what I've been saying about Ben is that obviously he's a fool, or he did a foolish thing. I don't know if he is a fool, but he did a foolish thing to trust that texting someone that doesn't want to talk on the phone, doesn't want to do video chatting, uses a heavy filter, to trust that that is on the up and up. So I think everyone would agree, I hope he would agree now looking back, that he did a foolish thing, that he should have known better. He was naive, he was too optimistic, something was going wrong there. There could be a part of his personality, maybe a dash of narcissism that plays into the notion that you can become very convinced of things yourself if you are narcissistic, because you need things to be a certain way in order to get through the day, because you're so insecure and you're so devastated by things in the past. But anyway, so who knows, but he did a foolish thing. But from his perspective, he was deeply, deeply in love, more so than he's ever been in his life. He is making plans of being married and having kids and, being in the eyes of God. Everything was perfect. And I didn't show this part, but he was saying there's been absolutely nothing regarding romance that's happened since I've been down here. And so I just want to have one last conversation with her or something like that. It makes total sense. Breakups are messy. And although everyone is, I'm sure, screaming at the screen saying, Ben, just go home, give it up. Why are you even barking up this tree? Just move on. Not only is she not into you, but she might not have ever been into you. And she is a trickster and a liar. And, she did a con on you. Who knows? But it looks that way. So, like with Jimena, she was into him and then wasn't, and that's what that looks like. That's into you and then not. With her, doesn't even resemble that, right? It doesn't resemble anything like that. There's been no indication since he landed in Peru that she likes him or even respects him as a human being. And so, anyway, so he's really into it, and breakups are messy. He's just keeps barking up that tree. Hopefully this will provide some closure for him.
Decidí irme de la Huacachina porque faltó el respeto a mis padres y a mí. Y vi a Benjamin muy inmaduro, su comportamiento. Ben tuvo su chance en resolver esto en la mesa cuando le dejé la carta de mi padre, pero no tomó la oportunidad.
He had a chance to resolve it? Really? Things would have worked out between the two of you? You loved him and you were hoping he would do that and then everything would have been fine? Or you were just looking for an excuse to reject him officially when you never accepted him as a partner? The gamemanship here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's telling the truth and I have no idea. But you know me, lies are not okay. Lying is not okay. Your kindergarten teacher taught you that lying is not okay. Lying is not okay. Can we say that? Can we just establish that lying to another human being is not okay?
I appreciate you coming. You did not have to come. The other day, when I didn't show up for breakfast that morning, I was upset that you weren't texting me back. And I should have texted you and told you I'm not coming.
Good that he's saying that. It makes sense. I don't think not showing up to breakfast is some high crime. It was passive-aggressive in that he was hurt and hostile and decided not to show. But yeah, he should have texted. He should have said, I'm not coming because I'm hurt or I don't feel up to it or something, yeah.
That was childish of me. It was...
Muy molesta.
It was really wrong. And I want to apologize to you for that. I got you a little gift.
Aww.
Ben, what? Okay, I mean, if she likes it, then okay. But this is more romance talk, and you probably should just be closing this chapter up and moving on with your life. But okay, I mean, if she likes it, all right. Of course, I'm sure people will comment that that's the sort of gift you give your daughter. But it's also the sort of gift you give a romantic partner.
It says amor, because I call you mi amor.
But what about the restaurant?
So, I was expecting your parents.
So is she going to reciprocate and say, it was very immature of me to abandon you? I should have told you that I was leaving. I mean, she had every right to say, like, I don't want to sit in a car with him for 3 hours. Every right. She could have told him, but she didn't. So where do we rank that in terms of transgression? Not showing up to breakfast and abandoning someone in a foreign country, in a foreign town. Now, he has the means, of obviously, to get out, but in terms of courtesy, where are we in terms of ranking?
I was very confused. I was just thinking about me and just how shocked I was that they weren't there, and I wasn't paying attention to you.
Me sentí como si no te importara que yo me vaya. Como si esto no te importa.
Okay, I don't know what it is about this that's triggering me so much. I don't like it when, I guess there's something about when I'm watching this show, when I feel like someone's being mistreated and no one's acknowledging it. No, like not even the person that is being harmed, you know, like with Georgie, it's like everyone is bullying him and he's not even saying, hey, or when he does, it's like he's not sure of himself. And of course, Ben is not some sort of massive victim here by any means, but there's just something about this. It's like, and maybe I'm not understanding what's happening, but he is saying, I'm sorry that for the dinner thing, when he was wearing the hat, was that just last week or 2 weeks ago? She shows up and he was expecting the parents to show, right? But she had a note from the dad saying that he couldn't make it. Just, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And he's now apologizing for being standoffish with her. But she like sits down, gives him a note. He reads the note. They have a short chat. She's like, I'm out of here. Like, what is he? Let me rewind that.
Confused. I was just thinking about me and just how shocked I was that they weren't there, and I wasn't paying attention to you.
Me sentí como si no te importara que yo me vaya.
Really? That's how you felt? Because he has been absolutely head over heels in love with you and clear about that since the beginning of your relationship, including the in-person. So I don't know. I probably should just stop reacting because I'm guessing no one wants to hear me just like get triggered by this. It's on a bed of lies. This entire thing stands on a foundation of lies. And Ben is apologizing for things that I'm like, he should apologize for not showing to breakfast. She should apologize for abandoning him. I don't think should be apologizing for the way that interaction happened when he thought the parents were going to show up. She basically just said, look, I'm just here to give you this note and I'm out. The foundation of lies. And now he's apologizing for it. Compared to Georgie, Ben is not a victim. He is a person who did something very foolish and naive, and he should have known better. And he should even in this moment say to himself, I'm continually being lied to. And why am I here? I am talking to someone who has been lying to me from the beginning and is continuing to lie to me. She's basically, I don't know, but there's a chance, I can't be in her head, but there's a chance that this whole thing, as she's saying this, is, like I've been saying for a while now, she's trying to make a case that it's his fault that it didn't work out since he came down. When in reality, she never wanted it to work out. I don't know if that's true. It's possible. It certainly looks that way, right?
Como si esto no te importara.
That you did not feel important?
Por eso me fui.
Oh. And there's something about the smugness of her face. I mean, what is it? What is it about this? Does it trigger you? I mean, let's rewind that.
Me sentí mal, como si no te importara que yo me vaya. Como si esto no te importara.
If she's lying, which I don't know, but if she's lying, she needs to go to acting classes because she is not a good liar. I mean, it's been clear from the beginning. Now, I don't blame her for not being attracted to him. I don't blame her for being immature and catfishing someone for fun, as a prank, for attention. I don't know. But, you know, at least with like Williams and Yolanda, there was never a point where Williams shows up and says, the reason why this isn't working out is because of you. You know, it was just a catfish from the beginning. You know, David and Lana. With him, it's like just a continual catfishing, right? It's consistent. It's horrible, but at least from the outside, you're like, I don't know, it just feels less upsetting to me somehow. This is like, I'm going to catfish you, you're going to come down, and then I'm going to proceed to, in the direction of gaslighting. It's not actual gaslighting because she's not messing with his head, but she's creating a scenario that is very much like, this is all your fault. The reason why this didn't work out is because of the few things that you've done that I could possibly cherry pick that would blame all this on you, even though I never wanted to see you in person. I don't know, there's just something about this. But I have to remind myself, maybe this is what I have to remind myself of, is Ben will be fine. You know, Ben will be okay. He'll go home, hopefully, and he'll say, wow, that was really awful, and that was a foolish thing I did. Maybe I should re-look at all this, or hopefully. So I think Ben will be okay. I think it's just, what is it about it? It's just, if she would have catfished him and then he comes down and then she's just like really standoffish, to me, I would have been like, 5% as triggered as I am by this. There's just something about it of like, I'm on this extremely dubious campaign to blame you for the reason why this isn't working out. And it's such a bad job. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so bad. It's so ineffectual to me. Like, I'm in the same, I guess that's what it is. Maybe it's almost like the producers pulling strings or something that's annoying me, because with Georgie, it was just this onslaught of this narrative that just didn't make any sense, and is that what it's like? I'm upset that the producers are even allowing this or editing it to make it look like that. It's stopped. Maybe that's actually what it is, is like, I want to be watching reality. That's a reality TV show. I'm trying to provide a service to y'all of providing clinical information based on examples that are on the TV. I can't know if things are really happening, and all of it could be fake. I've always known that, but some of it looks real, or at least real enough that I can get into it. As a clinician, as a human being, I can kind of react to what's happening as if I'm reacting to reality. It's why I think it's so interesting to watch reality TV instead of watching like a fictional movie about a relationship, because this is really happening. We understand some of these relationships are ginned up a little bit, but Jenny and Summit, that certainly looked real. Mike and Natalie, that certainly looked real. Darcy and Jesse looked real enough. So so I think maybe it's that, like with Georgie and with now Ben and Mahogany, it doesn't feel like I'm standing on reality, and it's upsetting to me. Is that what it is? I don't know. Tell me, what do you think? I have a feeling, given what people are saying about Ben and Mahogany, I'm guessing I'm in the minority. In fact, I might be on an island of one. From what I can tell, people hate Ben. People are just like, Ben is a complete idiot, and Mahogany, and he deserves everything that he's getting. But do you think that? Am I wrong?
You're right. I should have cared more about you and your feelings at that time. And I want to apologize and say, that I am really sorry about that. No excuses. So
That is it smugness? Is it embarrassment of, like, you know, you put the fifth grader on stage to play Macbeth and she starts to smile a little bit because she's like, oh my God, I'm on stage. I don't know what that smile is. Now, of course, they're editing it, but I don't know. I just need to stop talking, I think.
Yes.
okay,
Pero no lo hagas de nuevo.
okay. I will not.
You promise me?
I promise you.
Okay.
Yes.
Benjamin por fin me pidió disculpas y esto es exactamente lo que quería. Entonces es por eso que estoy dando un poco más de chance.
What? I personally do not want this to happen. And I don't want to watch it. I want Ben to go home. I want her to date a 22-year-old in Peru. I want him to date someone in his realm, in wherever he's from. I don't want this to be going on anymore. But that's just me. That's me talking as a citizen. As a therapist, I don't care. They can do what they want. As a citizen, I just, what? Do we believe that this is true? That she really was looking for an apology and now she wants to see what happens with Benjamin? Do we really believe that to be true? Why is she doing this? Is it to make it to the tell-all? Why? All right, well, if you didn't know already, we have an audio podcast. You can access it on your phone. For those of you who don't know what podcasting is, which I can't imagine you wouldn't know, there's a podcast app on your phone in all likelihood that's already there, and you subscribe to the Psychology in Seattle podcast, and you get our audio episodes, not the video episodes, but the audio episodes, and you can listen in the car or while you're doing chores or whatever. I listen to podcasts all the time. I find it to be a wonderful way of learning things and experiencing things and having emotions and all while I'm doing the laundry. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.